Fact of the matter is, if you look at where the Democrats stand, they're standing very much in the mainstream of American thinking, and where the days are done when the Republicans will define who's liberal and who's not for this nation.
Just on that issue, though, because I think what's interesting is that in the national polls, the Democratic Congress approval ratings are dropping like a stone. They're getting closer to President Bush every day. And I think when you do the head-to-head matchups of the individuals who are running for president, Republicans do very well against the Democrats, despite this kind of national lopsided lead the Democrats still have in general. So I think it's going to be a dogfight.
The lopsided lead, in point of fact, appears to be independence.
Right.
Well, but that's the battleground. It's always been the battleground, but the group is growing larger and larger.
Right.
And Republican candidates, whether it's McCain or Giuliani, who today can attract independent votes, beat Hillary, beat Obama, anybody else. Right. If you're narrow-based and you only draw Republican support, and you talked about Thompson earlier, Thompson's not proved yet that he can get independent. He can get conservatives, but he can't get independents. You have to have half of those independents and more to be viable for...
You know, one of the benefits of being a Democrat is that we don't exactly suffer from overconfidence. So I don't think anyone looks at this election as being anything but a close one in 2008. But in terms of where the mainstream of America is, on issues like global warming, on issues like a new mission in Iraq, our Democratic candidates are there. And it's nice to see them united for a change.
Miguel, don't you like to see a Democratic National Committeeman expressing himself with modesty and reticence, self-effacement?
I gave him my best shot.
But he's brimming with confidence.
Member of the Karl Rove Club.
The wonderful thing about Robert is never say in a sentence what you can say in a paragraph.
Whoa! This is getting partisan. The idea, Miguel, tonight that we're going to see, because it does fascinate me, the idea that Fred Thompson is the sort of the specter, if you will, the in absentia candidate on that stage.
Call him Mighty Mouse because he might come in and save the day.
Well, he might, but I think that's who is it that actually used that expression?
He's actually starting to get scrutinized. And you know, the truth of the matter is, I mean, I like Fred. I've known Fred for a long time. He didn't like the combat. He didn't like the long days when he was a U.S. Senator. If he didn't like the long days as a U.S. Senator, he's not going to like the long days when you're a presidential campaign. And I think to a certain extent, there's a lot of expectations for him. Whether he can meet them or not is what the test is still ahead.
Right. And I think, Lou, too, here you have these 10 people in the arena. You have these 10 people in the arena, and you have Thompson sort of sitting out there on the side, throwing bombs from the outside. If he wants to get in, get in. Let's see what he has to say on the issues in front of a crowd, being asked tough questions and being attacked by his rivals.
At the same time, Miguel, this seems like it also is inversely a very smart strategy on the part of perhaps Al Gore on the Democratic side as well as Fred Thompson. They don't have to spend money. They stay back. They don't have to spend, as Ed Rollins says, all those long hours. And they can prepare themselves for a more vigorous candidacy.
They're not Roger Clements. And
I still think that Gore would be a very good candidate. And on the Republican side, those who are still considering coming in may be better candidates than the ones we still have now. So yeah, why not? I think they should jump right into it. But they should do it. I mean, what is this game they're playing with us?
Yeah, I cannot imagine a political candidate of any kind in this country playing a game with the voters. Miguel Perez, thank you very much. Robert Zimmerman, thank you. Michael Goodwin, as always. Ed Rollins, sir, thank you very much for that rather bipartisan perspective.
Still love.
We thank you, and we invite you, gentlemen, and we invite you to stay with CNN for the remainder of this evening. Coming up straight away, the Republican presidential candidate debate and CNN's post-debate coverage, which will begin immediately after. All 10 candidates are now in place. The Republican debate begins right now.